Last night, your mom told a really great story about your granddad and how he responded when he found out. And for folks who weren't there, I mean, the story is basically that Catherine's granddad, was known to be homophobic. I guess made that very clear while they were growing up. And when the news hit nationally, Catherine's aunt called up Pops and said, here's what's coming down, and he and Katherine had a phone conversation after that where he was basically like, right. And I just wonder, that couldn't have been the end of it. Were there conversations after? How is the relationship? Has he asked questions? Have you educated him? And is that important? And
yes.
How has he moved beyond just
that one?
I love you?
Yeah. I mean, my grandfather is old, and he's very stuck in his ways. But he loves learning. That's what I'll say. The first thing. So there have definitely been conversations about it because there's other, members of the family who are LGBT as well, and so it's not something you can ignore. And so Pops and I are known to have every Thanksgiving we go down to Atlanta, and for some reason I'm always the one who's up with him. I don't know why. The morning after, and every year we have this conversation of what it's like to be gay. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not so great, but the point is that we're having that conversation, and I'm willing to have that conversation with him, even if he comes at it saying, I don't understand this, or I don't get this, or why are you doing this, or whatever. I am willing to have that conversation with him because he's coming to me and saying, I don't understand this. And even though that's a vulnerable moment for him, it's a vulnerable moment for me too. So that's just sort of been I love my grandfather more than the day is long. And I know in his heart that he loves me more than anything else. That's my sister. But it's just a kind of, it's a teaching moment. And you have to be willing to continue teaching, and you can't, sometimes it definitely does, get to you when you say we've had this conversation over and over again, but you just have to be willing, it's better, I'd rather have the conversation with him than have him not know and kind of work conclusions out in his own head. I'd rather it come from me and have me, say whatever I can say to get him to come to terms with it.